Imagine getting paid 15 grand a month by having a sugar mama. So apparently, this sugar mama pays her man $15,000 a month to do whatever she wants. So let's go check out this video. So questions that get asked as a sugar mama. Do you buy him stuff? Yes, anything he wants. What does he have to do in return? Anything I want. So this sugar mama is answering TikTok's burning questions. So are you worried he's going to leave you for someone younger? Okay, that's basically nothing. So dating can be tricky for most people, but this woman seems to have it easy and pays her man to do anything she wants. So Julie, 44, is a proud cougar and sugar mama whose man is 15 years her junior and earns a cool $15,000 a month just by being her boyfriend. So the 44-year-old who posts under @Julie.withthebooty shares details about her relationship on TikTok, where she proudly flaunts her youthful looks and playful personality. She revealed that she only dates younger men because they can keep up with her, but there are benefits to dating an older woman too. According to Julie, there's no drama with an older woman, and despite what people think, she's never worried that her man will leave her for someone younger. So in one clip in TikTok, Julie revealed some of the questions she often gets asked about her life as a sugar mama. Now, she admits that she buys her younger man anything he wants. In return, he does anything I want. What's more, she claims to give him an allowance of a huge $15,000 a month, but apparently it used to be more. So I lowered it because last month he forgot to clean the pool, she wrote on TikTok, but did not reveal what the previous amount was. Now, people joked in the comments that they'd happily clean the pool if it meant getting paid such a high amount, particularly if it means doing it in your undies, as her man was seen doing in the background of her video. So Julie says she's often told she doesn't look 44, with some saying she looks like she's in her late 20s. So one person said good genetics, and another said you don't look a day over 29. Now, this is like an interesting concept because a lot of people may take this in a lot of different ways, right? But here's the thing. This is the way that I view it, right? If you're in a position, girl or guy, right, where you are financially stable enough to do something like this, then more power to you, right? But the problem that a lot of people might end up getting into this thing, in this type of situation, is that they will end up potentially spending more money than they can actually afford, right? Meaning that they might be like basically maxing out their credit cards. And look, this doesn't necessarily have to be like a sugar mama situation or I don't know, what is the dad version, sugar dad, right? It might not even be that type of situation. It might just be you're in a normal relationship, but you take care of your partner to such a degree that you actually put a lot of financial stress on yourself, right? So what this could mean is that, let's say that you always take out your partner out every single weekend, right? Well, that might not seem like a big deal, but if you're already living paycheck to paycheck and you're doing that, even though it's like a nice gesture to your partner, you could cause massive financial destruction to yourself, especially if you're like maxing out your credit card just so that you could take them out to a nice restaurant, right? And if they're like really good for you, if your partner's really good for you and they really care about you, then you could end up just spending time at home or doing something for cheap or just doing something that costs no money, right? Because if you want to view it in like a more like a long-term thing and have like a very safe relationship, then you would be a lot more financially responsible on both sides, right? Like you want to be able to do it and like do it as like a blessing to your partner and not necessarily do it and then end up having like hidden resentment towards your partner saying like, oh man, I like, why do I keep like, going on a date with this person when every single time I go on a date with them, I end up getting into like $200 into debt or something, right? So you got to be very careful in like relationships that have a heavy monetary pool or a heavy financial side to them, right? Like you want a relationship to be a blessing for both parties, not necessarily something that's going to end up stressing either party out, right? Because if you're looking for something that's like a more like a long-term relationship, you will end up facing a pretty serious issue in terms of money if you don't align together when it comes to money, right? Imagine trying to buy a house with someone that you're in a relationship with, but that person believes completely spending all their money to go on like parties and like going out to eat, buying whatever they want, spending, untold amounts of money on like at the grocery store or at Target for whatever reason people like Target, right? And you're someone who just doesn't like to spend money, right? There's going to be a lot of issues in that type of situation. Now, that can still technically work if you guys end up coming together and having the same viewpoint on money, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't even talk about finances with their partner. So you have to keep that in mind, right? Like this is kind of like a good sign, like this story, right? It's kind of a good sign as to what some people might do that could technically work because they're very open and honest about their intentions and also what they expect, right? Like she literally said that she will lower the monthly amount that she gives to him because he did not clean the pool, which he was supposed to do, according to their basically agreement, right? So those lines are basically laid out wide open, right? It's like, hey, this is the situation that I'm looking for. Are you okay with this? Okay, you're okay with this. Let's move on, right? And there's no like hidden resentment towards one another because it's so open and honest when it comes to finances, right? And again, a lot of people may be judging this situation for a lot of different reasons, right? Which is completely understandable. But she is more honest about her financial relationship with this person than 99% of everyday relationships where people don't even tell the other person like, hey, guess what? I have like $100,000 in student loan debt. Whoops. Oh, like, hey, we just got married. By the way, my credit score is like 400, right? Or like, hey, guess what? I know we're engaged and stuff, but yeah, I still have like a payday lender breathing down my neck, or I have debt and collections in the tune of like 50 grand, or I missed child support payments for like 2 years. And I'm even like being like, in like a risk of getting arrested for missing child support payments, right? Like there's some like crazy financial situations out there that people are just not honest about with their partner. So what you can learn from like a story like this, right, is be super upfront and honest with your partner about your financial situation what you are expecting out of your relationship, what you are wanting out of your relationship when it comes to finances. Because, look, if you're going to get married to someone, one of the biggest reasons why people end up getting divorced is because of money reasons. And typically, it's because people are just not even honest or open about talking about their finances, right? So, if you need help with mastering your money and getting out of debt so that you could basically be a blessing to another human being, go check out 40inbox.com to learn the simple way to get out of debt. Because when you're in a relationship, you actually want to be in a relationship. By the way, would you be willing to do whatever a person wants for $15,000 a month? Because that's a decent size money. We're talking like 160, $170,000. Like this is some really good money. It's really good money.